Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Will Obey. And a while back, I did the first 4 issues of Alpha Flight Inside and Out, and I really enjoyed that. I've been very pleased. This is the third time I have ever had a complete run of the original series of Alpha Flight, and I don't ever want to go through the pain of hunting them down again. So I'm going to hold on to them, and in that act of holding on to them, I'm going to kind of want to move my way through the series. I looked at 1 through 4. Today I'm looking at 5 through 8. It goes into a short period where they start doing independent stories about different characters. This one is kind of a spotlight on Puck. Puck doesn't really have any powers. He's just a small person with acrobatic abilities, and he's just cool, but man, he's always in pain, and I can relate to that with the spinal problems that I have. I'm in pain frequently, so I can relate to this guy. I just wish I was a little shorter because I probably have less pain, but I'm quite tall and wish I could be a little bit shorter. So I guess, yeah, I admire the Puckster here. And I can always picture, because he's so short, he's so hairy and mouthy and tough, and I can just picture him and Wolverine having a good time together. But it's just him and his own little adventure, solving a mystery. He's not driving that van, but he is solving a mystery about a nurse who's stealing drugs. This is what he's always doing. He's always doing this weird cartwheel roll thing and walloping somebody. And just, I don't know, it's crazy stuff. And he even though he does that, he's not called Puck because of being a hockey puck. He's Puck because of the mischievous dwarf from Midsummer Night's Dream, I believe. But let's face it, he looks like a hockey puck. He's little, wears a little black uniform. He's really, really tough and hard. And if you've ever messed with a hockey puck, they're amazingly tough and chewy. And so I always like, man, he should totally be named after a hockey puck. They don't have hockey here in New Mexico. Pardon me. They do, but it's not that great. Like back north, even in Nebraska, they got a lot of hockey, and so that is one thing that is surprisingly missing from Alpha Flight is there is not near enough hockey references. There really should be more. I don't know if John Byrne just wasn't a hockey fan, or maybe he didn't know. And he's got lots of other really Canadian stuff. But where's all the hockey, John? There really should have been hockey in all these. Or at least a passing reference to hockey. Anyway, it's so good to have these back. And in case you didn't remember, she's like a weird northern goddess, or demi-goddess, but she also, as in her human form, Anna Mackenzie, she works for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And this story actually contains one of the weirder comic gimmicks I ever saw, which was a total whiteout from the storm. If you guys are from not northern areas, when you get a large, really blustery winter storm, you can get what's called a whiteout, where you cannot see anything because of the snow flying everywhere, and it's just white everywhere. And that is why they made this panels all white. It sounds funny coming from a New Mexico resident currently telling you about whiteouts, but that's the deal. I just thought it was just a cool gimmick. It's not something you see. I don't think I've ever seen it done in a comic book before. I see the black pages where it's like fighting in the dark or something like that, but doing the same thing with snow, it was a different twist on things. And I do love John's art. I think it looks very good, and I love his stories. He was not the most distinctive artist. Like, it's hard to sometimes pick his stuff out from everybody else. But, you know, in an era before it was all being brushed up and colored with CGI and computer stuff, he managed to put a lot of character, facial expression and everything in his work. The only thing that I wish is that he would give us big, cool splash pages. This is the kind of splash pages John would give us. Pardon me. My throat's very dry today for some reason. This is a big, boring splash page. Like, if you're going to give us a splash page, give us something interesting. Make this a splash page, John. Make this down here the splash page. That was a boring splash page. And I've noticed that. Like I said, I love his work, but he doesn't like really jump on the opportunity to give you a big, wild, crazy splash page when he probably could. Tends to draw things fairly mundane and fairly normal. Not that that's bad, just, you know, sometimes I'm like, come on, show us what your Canadian superheroes can do. I've noticed this a lot though. Alpha Flight gives us very, very large, massive aerial views of stuff with very, very tiny people, because they have to give you like context of size and space, because Canada in some places is just insanely wide open, and you know that's what the deal is, and they draw it really well. It doesn't always make the most interesting looking. Like, yes, this is what tundra and all that stuff looks like, but that's also, you know, nothing. Some of Canada is very, very beautiful. Some of it looks very, very flat and boring. New Mexico's the same way. Alpha Flight number 8, Betrayal. Lots of facial expression going on. He does it very well. Don't remember whose giant yellow hand that is. That's better. Not perfect, but at least it's a big splash page that gives us some semblance of action, as opposed to no action at all. A lot of pink backgrounds going on there. North Star gonna solve a mystery. Nemesis. I almost forgot about her. And then this is Aurora. When he draws the difference between Aurora and Jeannie Marie, it's just very obvious that they are such different people, even though they're the same person in the same body, just different personalities. But he conveys that really well with his art. I am really struggling. I don't actually remember this story worth a darn. Like, do we ever see, like, this guy fall in chunks? No, I guess we don't, but yeah, that's pretty nasty cut work right there. And I don't think they ever show us her face. I kind of wish they did. I don't remember. Don't remember. Trying around in the mud. Seems like the normal thing to do in Canada. There's Snowbird looking all weird-eyed. Yeah, not always the most exciting art there, John. He does write the better stories for the team. However, I do think the artwork in the books is later on, I think is probably better or more my style. Anyway, that's my story. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying some Alpha Flights. I recommend this series. I do every time. So anyway, check them out. Anyway, catch you guys later.